first thing I'm going to show you is the Z palette. I'm pretty sure most of you have seen these in a lot of other videos, but this is a Z palette. This is one of the bigger ones, and I actually have two. So I have one with neutrals and one with colors. And the reason I really like this product is because you can pretty much depot whichever eyeshadows, blushes, just about anything that's in a pot. You can depot them and then put them all in one space that doesn't take up a whole lot of wasted space. Like the MAC palettes, there's like just a hole for what, like 15 colors or so, and really the palette can hold a lot more if you just have everything just close next to each other. So this is my neutrals, and you can kind of see there's different sizes. I think I have a square one down here, and I think it's a really good idea for those of you that have different kinds of shadows or whatnot, and kind of want to be able to see them clearly, which is another thing I like, is that it's a clear cover so you can see what you're looking at. And I don't know the price offhand, but I will try to link that at the bottom. So another thing that is one of my favorite things are these lashes. So these lashes are what I use on every bride. They're Japanese, and they are I guess they're considered a demi-lash. So it's really just, it's not a full strip. And these lashes, on every bride that I've put them on, it's always been very flattering. So I always have it in my kit. I also keep full lash strips as well for, you know, my brides that, you know, really want something a little bit more dramatic. But I find these ones being a little bit more natural. And again, they're by Japanese, and they run about $8. The other thing that I have in my kit that many of you probably have also seen is the Beauty So Clean. So this is basically a cosmetic sanitizer. So what I can do is, after I have used all of my makeup, I can spray it on to my shadows and blushes, so that it basically sanitizes the project when I use it for the next client. Okay, so the other thing that I always use in every gig are the Embryolisse products. So this one is the cream, and this one is the Hydra Matte. So one is more for regular skin, and then one that tends to be oily. So they work really, really well as not just prepping the face as a primer, but also giving that moisture to it that it needs when you're applying foundation and such. The other thing that I have in my kit that I think is really important is to have a good brush cleanser, something that you can use on the spot. I, of course, do wash my brushes in between all of my gigs, but if I have to do more than one client at one time, I have to have something so that I can wash my brushes right away, or at least disinfect them. And this one is from Japanese also, and it's just Parian Spirits. So you can get that, I think, under that's just what it's called, Peri Spirit. And it's not very expensive. I think it works really well. And again, you should keep your brushes clean and sanitized. My other favorite thing that I have in my kit is this Makeup Forever Flash Palette. So this, let me just kind of show you. It has a lot of different colors, and it basically can be used for anything. Like, it could be used as an eyeshadow base. It could be used on the lips. It could be used on the face. Some colors, I forget if there are some colors that you shouldn't be using in the eye or lip area. But in general, it's just a really nice product to have. You can use it for when you do face painting, but I find it most useful when I need a color that I either need to create, or I don't have something that's just available. You can pretty much mix these colors to create something. So there's so many different things you can do with this palette, and maybe that'll be another video. I also love this hand sanitizer. It's by Jao, J-A-O, and it smells like lavender. I'm telling you, it's the best smelling hand sanitizer that I've ever had, and I actually do see it in a lot of professional makeup artist kits. So that's this. And then another of my favorite product are the Eve Pearl concealers. So I have two. One is in light and one is in medium tan. So you can kind of see that it's basically just a like a peach tone, flesh tone, and I find that it is really good underneath the eyes when you're trying to conceal. So I like that. And this little gadget here is one of my favorite things. It is an eyelash curler, and as you can see, you can take sections at a time and basically just pinch it, and pinch the area, and this way you have better control of each lash section. Plus, I don't get as nervous if I'm using one of the just regular eyelash curlers, because I don't know, those always make me think that whenever I use it on myself, I'm afraid I'm going to pinch myself. So this works really, really well. So I guess it's called a Japanese eyelash curler. The other thing that is in my kit that is really, really good for controlling shine, it's something called, from Nurturing Force, Blot Out Offensive Shine and Oil Control Cream. And a little goes a long way. So that's something I use on pretty much every client as well. My favorite mascara right now is from Tarte, and this is the waterproof one. In my kit, actually, I tend to have a variety of mascaras, just because I don't know, when I think of what I use it for, like for a bride or someone going to a senior ball, it's not so much the quality that has to be really good, just the way that it's applied, and if the client needs something that's waterproof or not. This just happens to be one of my favorite mascaras that I even use on myself. So just kind of want to show you that. And then Something that I always keep in my kit too are these brow sets from MAC. They're like a gel that you can just use to tame your eyebrows in place, and it also gives it a little bit of color. And then another MAC product that I find myself using, I think on almost every client I have, is the Pigment in Naked. Yeah, Pigment in Naked. So I'm sure you've seen that in a lot of videos as well. And the other thing, of course, is my Tweezers. I haven't found a really another brand that I think is just as good, except for Japanesque. They actually have one also, but I think it's good to have a good pair of tweezers when you're shaping eyebrows and cleaning up eyebrows. And finally, okay, two things. I gotta have my beauty blender. So this you've seen, I'm sure, in a lot of videos. It works wonders. You can use it dry, but really you should use it a little bit moist, and it just does a fabulous job blending foundation, anything that you need to just kind of like blend together. I find that, you know, it's easy to smudge, or it's easy to put on too much of a certain color or a certain blush color on somebody's face, and this comes in really handy. And then the other thing that, I don't know if some of you have seen this, but this is from Brenda Christensen, I think, and it's called a pinky puff. And what I use this for is when I'm anchoring someone's face, then, you know, I can just rest this part on their forehead, so, you know, something like this, and work on that area. So these are actually not very expensive. And then the last thing, one more thing again. The last thing that I use on also almost every client is the Ket colorless powder. So it is just, it looks white, but it is colorless, and I use it to set my airbrush foundation or even traditional foundation, and I find that it is a really good product, especially when you're doing touch-ups. I tend to give all of my brides this compact after I do their wedding makeup, because it's really important to touch up with the right type of powder. Because if you were to touch up with I don't know, MAC's mineralized skin finish or the Studio Fix powder, it will not look right. It will actually, you know, ruin the canvas that you've already created on it. So a colorless powder is what's good. And Ket makes a loose powder as well, but for some reason I just tend to like the compact better. So those are the things that are some of my favorites in my kit. Message me or leave a comment if you have any questions, and I will try to have my next video up, which will be my, I guess, favorite products and tools that are either drugstore or just very inexpensive products and tools. So I hope you guys like this video, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!